Okay, so today we are going to continue from chapter 16 where we stopped last Saturday. Then that is the financing projects. We will be able to conclude in our last class that when a company is moving from one level of journey to another level, that is, if you are from a GL company, that is, if your company is not GL and you are moving to a GL company, or when your company is GL and you are moving to un-GL company. And we have to look at the proposition of Modigliani and Miller, that is when there is no tax. And we conclude that that theory of the financing projects, chapter what? 16 and 16. So we conclude that M&M without tax is M&M without tax. We conclude that we develop two propositions that if the company are the same in terms of profitability, if they are the same in terms of their size, if they are the same in terms of their business risk, that irrespective of your journey level, your work remains the same. That is, a work of a GL company, you always go to what? The work of a GL company. We also conclude that irrespective of the level of journey, provided that you are in that same size of business, the same business risk, the same industry, profitability, then you say that your value, irrespective of how GL you are, that is the value of the GL company, you always go to the value of the GL company. But we have said that as your level of journey is increasing, there will be a greater proportion of the level of debt in your finance structure that will make the cost of debt to be more cheaper, but the cost of equity will start to what? To increase. So we now conclude that at that level, for the cost of equity of a GL company, we always equal to cost of equity of Nigeria, then plus the risk premium, which I said it will be cost of equity of Nigeria minus the cost of debt to bracket the value of debt over value of equity. This is what we resort to under M&M proposition without tax. And we said that although this M&M proposition was based on some simplified assumptions, that is, the investors are indifferent, either they borrow themselves or the company borrow for them to invest. We said that when there's a perfect market, that is, all investors react to their investment, that means they are respecting the same result at any level, that there's no tax, word of no tax, and there's no bankruptcy risk. And we say all those assumptions. We're not saying that the real world is like that, but it's the basis just to illustrate what the real world will look like. So today, we want to look at what the real world will actually look like. So let's go straight to M&M proposition when there is a tax. When there's a tax, M&M proposition. We are still on chapter 16, financing project, page 424 now. Page 424. Changing, okay, I've done. Okay, M&M proposition allowing for taxation now. M&M, Modigliani and Miller, argument. Allowing taxation can be summarized. Okay, I've done before that. Okay, before then, after I should be reading from page 421. Okay, Modigliani and Miller allowing for corporate taxation. M&M model without taxation lead to the conclusion that journey is what is irrelevant. That is, if you look at this one now, that means that no matter your level of journey, it does not affect your value. It does not affect your work. You only have a slight influence on your work or your cost of equity. But we are that we tell them that task is telling you that your level of journey is not relevant at any point in time. But however, this is clearly not true in the real world, as many companies are GH. This leads to the question of what is there in the real world which would cause the model to behave differently. That is, what will happen in real world that will cause this model to behave differently from what we have here. And that major thing is taxation. Then I will say that one possibility is the existence of corporate tax. One of the major reasons why this is not working. Okay, one possibility is the existence of corporate taxation. The existence of tax relief on interest reduce the cost of debt, and this puts an additional downward pressure on what? Okay. Now, Modigliani and Miller revise their model to include what corporate tax. So these people now quickly go back and go and see what will happen when there's a what? When there's a tax. So what is now happening here? You do not need to understand the argument. Can you see now? You don't need to where's the back? Obey. You go. Modigliani and Miller revise their model to include corporate taxation. You do not need to know the argument they use to reach their conclusion. Right now, you don't need to know their what, their argument. That's why some people, when you ask something like that, when you say when you solve me, I don't need to know the argument, but just have to understand their what, their conclusion. What's their conclusion now? But you must know what their conclusion well. You should also know and be able to apply the formula described below. So guys, now you don't need to know the argument, but you understand what their conclusion were, and you should be able to know all the formula and how to apply their formula. So their model predicted that if corporate taxation is taken into account, an increase in GRA will have the following effect. Now, on this one, we don't consider tax, abi, but if we are now considering tax, let's see the effect. As the level of GRA is increasing, there is a greater proportion of the cheaper debts capital in the capital structure of the firm. However, the cost of equity rises as what? As GRA increases. Like what that says, I mean, that no matter once your level of GRA has changed, then your cost of equity will rise as your GRA increases. That's one of their conclusions. Number two, as GRA increases, the net effect of the greater proportion of cheaper debts and a higher cost of equity is that WACC become lower. Can you see that? WACC become what? Lower. That means the WACC will be coming down. WACC will be coming down. Then increase in GRA result in what? A reduction of what? Of WACC. So if we now consider the effect of tax, that means that the more we are increasing our GRA, the more our WACC is coming down. That's another conclusion they make. Number two conclusion that they made. WACC is therefore at the lowest. At what? At the lowest or at the highest practicable level of GRA, which we call what? Optimum level of GRA. Don't forget, we have said that one last week under our traditional view that at your optimal level of GRA, your WACC is at what? At the lowest. And what happened to the part of the company? The part of the company is what? Is at the maximum level. So there are practical limitations on GRA that stop it from what? From reaching very high level. For example, lender will not provide more debt capital except at a much higher cost due to high credit risk. That is now, if you remember, we said that the moment you are borrowing more, your WACC will be coming down. But when you get to optimal level of GRA, that is for you to go further. What happens to your cost? You go up and your value will be coming down. That's one of the limitations that will always pose to us for us to get to the optimal level and stop borrowing more money. So number four conclusion. The stock value of the company is therefore higher for what? For a geared company. So a company that's geared always have a higher, unlike what we have the last time, I say value and the same abi. But here, when the company is geared, it will always have a higher value than when the company is not geared. So than for an analytical all equity company, the value of the company will rise for a given level of annual cash profit before interest as GRA increases. So Modigliani and Miller therefore reach the conclusion that because of tax delay on interest, that there is an optimal level of GRA that a company should try to reach or to achieve. A company should be trying to make its GRA as high as what as possible to the maximum practicable level in order to maximize its what its value. That is any company. So these people now they are trying to support what static trade over there that say there's always a what optimum maximum level of GRA that every company should be trying to reach. That if they want to finance any project, what are they looking for? They're looking for debt until when they get that maximum level. Then what do they do? They stop. When they are for you to borrow more, their WACC will be coming down. So you can see the diagram that you have in manual. That is, if there is a tax on the issue in consideration, As the level of giant is increasing, this is your journey level, this is your cost. As the level of giant is increasing, your cost will be what? Be going down. Or rather, there will be lower volume of debt, and what happens? Wow, will be coming down. But don't forget, when you go to some point, don't happen again, it will be more. So that's what M&M is saying when there's a tax. Let's now see their proposition that they propose. So their proposition they propose is similar to this one when there is no tax. But what they're trying to consider is that they are trying to bring the effect of what? Of tax. That's all. They're trying to bring the effect of tax to this proposition that we have on the board. So look at it now. Proposition 1. Monetary and Miller argument. Taxation can be summarized as two propositions. Proposition 1. The WACC falls continually as the level of GR increases. In theory, the lowest cost of capital is where GR is what? 100%. That's theoretically. But normally it won't be like that. If the GR is reached 100%, the WACC will be what? The WACC will come up again. So, and the company is in financial distress by debt. Monetary and Miller recognize, however, that financial distress factor have an effect at high level of GR, increasing the what? The order of debt and what? Now, if your debt has reached 100%, that means you are now facing financial distress. At that point in time, nobody will be willing to borrow you again. If they are telling you to borrow you at what? At very high cost. That means your cost of debt will what? You shoot up, and what will come up again. So then, for a company with identical annual profits, identical business risk, their total value of equity plus debt will be greater for the company with higher GR. So then I'm trying to summarize this position now with formula. So if there's a task, so M&M with task now, M and M with tax. Now this formula, since they say as your GR is increasing, your WACC will become down a bit, your formula will not change to something like this. I bring the effect of tax. I say the WACC of a GR company is equal to what? The WACC of a GR company into bracket 1 minus the value of debt, 1 minus the value of debt multiplied by tax over equity plus value of debt, the bracket goes so that will be the formula for our WACC. So as your level of GR is increasing, your formula will be WACC of a GR company is equal to what? WACC of ONDIA to bracket 1 minus the debt times tax over total value of the company. That is equity plus debt, that's total value of the company. That's for the. So can you see now? The reason that we bring in now is what? We bring the effect of what? Of tax to that formula. Number 2, you said as the level of GR is increasing, the value of a GR will increase. I mean, that will be the value of a GR plus the value of GR plus the debt. Then what will be the effect of what? Of tax. That will be debt times what? Times tax. That will be the value of a GR. So like what we are trying to do now is that we are only doing the effect of tax to those analysis. Then lastly, don't forget proposition 2 says that the cost of equity will rise. I mean, as the GR increases, there is a positive relation between the cost of equity and what? And GR. As your level of GR is increasing, what happens to the cost of equity? So therefore, just bring this one in to the effect of what? Of tax by saying the cost of equity of a GR company goes to what? Cost of equity of one GR plus cost of equity of one GR minus the cost of debt into bracket value of debt over equity to bracket 1 minus tax. That is the post-tax bit. So we only post-tax it, we have our total. So with our M&M position now, with tax, this is what we use. Without tax, this is what we use. So it depends on the question, if you have to ignore tax or you should consider tax. If you have to ignore tax, then you stick with this proposition. But if you have to use tax, what do? You go with this proposition. So let's see how we can practicalize it down a little bit now. Example 1, 422. Example 1, 422, page 422. M&M with tax. All equity fee. Don't forget what I said last time, that we are still looking at when the company is moving from a GR company to a GH or from a GR to GL. I mean, company is GH. That was what we look at now. We are still going to consider that structure later. So M&M with tax. An all equity company has a market value of how much? Of 60 million and a cost of equity of 8%. It borrowed 20 million of debt finance. Costing how many percent? 5%. Now, an all equity company has a market value of 60%. And the cost of equity of how many? 8%. So that presently the company's work is all equity. I mean, that the company is on J presently. Let's look at their current structure first. So the current level, okay, this company is all equity, right?
Yes.
He has equity alone.
60 million.
His equity is 60 million naira. And currently, he has cost of equity of how much?
56.
Now this cost of equity, is it cost of equity of a J company or of a J company? Eh? On J. That will be cost of equity of on J. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Now, there will not be cost of debt, right? I mean,
Yes.
so it's all equity, but there will be WACC. What will be our WACC?
8%.
Why? Because cost of equity of Ondia is not the what? The WACC of Ondia. You have to say now 8%. Have you? Okay. We were now told that this company want to do something. You know what I mean, it borrowed 20 million of debt finance. I mean, cost how many percent? 5%. And using this to buy back and cancel 20 million of equity. Cancel now. He borrowed 20 million naira to buy back equity. That means the company has done what? And become chair. I mean, so our new level now, will now be equity, I mean, and what? And debt. Don't forget, you have the total value now, the value of what? Of a J company. I mean, at least the is on J company. I mean, it's not a J company. How much does it borrow as debt?
20 million.
20 million. So if your value and say you use money to buy by equity, right? I told you last class that don't go and subtract 20 from 60 and put 40 here, Abi.
Yes.
Abi, don't do that. Don't do what?
Don't do it.
So you must go now, estimate your value of the J company by using M&M proposition, which says the value of a J company is equal to what? Value of one J plus debt tax. I mean, now we can easily now determine the value of this J company because we already know our value of one J, right? I mean, to be how many? To be 60. So that means the value of a J company is equal to what? Value of one J 60. I mean, that is 60 plus after our debt now 20 into bracket our tax from the question 25% times 25%. So by doing so, then the value of a J company should be how much? 65 million naira. I mean,
Yes, sir.
so if your value of a J company is 65 million naira, what do you do? You will insert that one here. That will be what? 65 million. If it's not 65 million naira, then 20 on 65, what do you have? 45. You can see now that if you have subtracted from 60, you don't have to say, then your answer will be wrong. That one can give you the same result. If there is no tax, you get the same result. But once there is a tax, you must estimate the value of the J first. And now want to work to establish your structure. Okay now?
Yes,
That's number 2 now. What will now be the cost of equity at this level? Now we now know our structure will be what? 45 and 60, Abi. Then number 2 now, our cost of equity at this level now, our cost of equity now, that will be what? Cost of what? Of a J company. And don't forget, from our proposition 3, that says that cost of a J, you know the what? Cost of a J, you bracket, cost of a J minus what? Cost of debt, value of debt, equity and what? And post-tax. So with that now, we are now saying our cost of equity of a J is not the what? Cost of equity of a J company plus the cost of equity of a J company minus the cost of debt to bracket the value of debt over equity to bracket 1 minus tax. So with this assumption now, our cost of equity of a J can be calculated like cost of equity of a J only 8%. That will be 8% plus into bracket 8% minus this money I will borrow at what cost?
5%.
At 5%, abi, to bring how many now? 5 into bracket. How much our debt value now? 20 million, abi. That be 20 million divided by 45 million, abi, into bracket tax post tax 1 minus 0.25. So with that, our cost of equity of a J company finance please 9%. Don't forget, as your level of journey is increasing, what about the level of equity?
To be increasing.
That's why before now it was 8%, I mean,
Yeah.
but now that the journey has increased, it goes to what? 9%. Are we together? Remaining number 3 now, the WACC. Don't forget, as the level of journey is increasing, what about the WACC? The WACC is coming down. Am I communicating to this class? The WACC is coming down. And when the WACC is coming down, then you can use your conclusion 1 by saying WACC of a year, go to what? WACC of a year, you bracket WACC, that's over total value. So let's go for that. Now let me now say at this point in time, you can start to use your normal method of, if you want to use the formula for question 3, your normal method of calculating WACC. What do you do? What do you go with? Ask total, abi? Hello, what do you go with? Ask total now. By now you know your equity value, abi? You know your debt value, abi? You know your total value, and your equity is how many percent now? 9%, and this structure 9%. That will be what? 9% times what our change of debt 5%. Then you post tax it. Although I told you that what does it tax? All your cost of debt must be post tax. So if it's 5%, that will be 5 to bracket 1 minus 0.25. I mean post tax. You know there? 3.75%. Ask total. This time this. 4.05 and 0.75 together 4.8 abi. So that is 65. So our WACC will now be 4.8 divided by what? 65 times 100%. You get it? 7.4%. That will be our WACC. Then if you don't want to use this conventional method, you can use your preparation number 1. But I say that WACC, or you can say 1 of a check up, you know what? 1 of a year. 1 will give bracket 1 minus debt tax over total equity plus debt. So with that, our WACC of a check up will be what's our WACC on J? 8%, abi? That will be 8% to bracket 1 minus what are debt? 20 times that 25%. That will be 20 times 25%. Total value equity 45 plus 20. Yeah, the WACC of the gem of what? 7.4. So you got the same results. So here are the two to get your WACC. So this is when the company is moving from level of GL to what? To GL. What you have to do is that just the GR whatever you have there to get your new value. So that's for that as solution. Now, okay, let's go to the next page now. We are seeing on financing project. Now, changing in journey now, yes. What you have done so far, we have considered a situation whereby the company is all equity. Abi, that is on J, abi, that is on J, and it's moved to what? To J. And we have also looked at situation whereby the company is J already, and move to what? On J. So now I want to look at where the company now is just changing level, journey level. That is when it's changing from one level of journey to what? Another level of journey. Please, we are now moving to financing project properly now. When the company is moving from one level of journey to another level, that is changing in journey. Changing in journey. When you move from tier 1 to what? Tier 2. That is automatically hello. I mean, automatically. So if I use automatic, then no wahala. Apart from automatic, then no. Àbúrò máa ń rà yẹn lò. Now, So change in journey now. In journey. So if a company is changing journey, that is from one level of journey to another level of journey, then how does it affect our work? Then how does it affect our capital investment? Nobody I said that when you want to embark on a project, you must make sure that you get the appropriate cost of capital. I mean, yes, and we have decided, I've said several times in this class that using your existing work to appraise a new project can only stand when you have major three characteristics. Or is it 4 or 3? 3, I mean. What's number 1 point? If the risk of the project is similar to the risk of the business presently, I mean. Number 2, go. The size of the project. If the size of the project is relatively small compared to the size of the company as a whole. And number 3, go. The finance mix. If the finance mix of the project will not affect or changes to the structure of the company after the project, then we say in that regard, you can use the existing work of the company to appraise the project. Am I talking now? But in the show whereby all those 3 factors are not there, then you must look for the appropriate work to appraise the project. That means the project are large in size, I mean. That means the finance structure of the project will affect the structure of the company. That means the business risks are different. Then you must look for what we call risk adjusted cost of capital to appraise the project. How do you achieve that? Question.
Yes, sir. So do we have 3 this thing? Could it be, because I think I saw it somewhere that if the existing debt provider demand for additional debt, is it also the criteria?
Of course, now that means affecting the cost of capital. If the existing provider, because you want to borrow money now, and they say, so no, you have to increase my income. What happened to the work? That means the work will definitely change. Of course, it makes sense. If the existing provider will ask for, I think it's in the park. It's in the park now. The Santa Claus in the part that if you not to resorting to a city provider to demand for more cost. Sabi, if I borrow you before, I want to borrow more, and I say okay, in my own former one, now that I want to borrow, I want to increase my own. What happened to the work? The work will go up. The work will definitely go up. So that's just the implication. So now let's go through again. M&M now change M&M position with us from one level of journey to another. Please. What we have done, what we have done before was from 0 journey to journey, abi, from journey to 0 level, abi. But what to do at now, when you are moving from one level to another, you are already geared, abi. Am I talking, please?
Yes, sir.
You are already geared, then you are now moved to another journey position. You can either decrease it or, but you are still what? You are still geared. Am I talking now?
Yes, sir.
When a company is considering a major new capital investment project where the business risk is similar to the risk with the company's other business operation, the method of financing the investment might alter the company's journey. Hello? A company wants to embark on a project and he has to finance that project. I mean, financing the project may alter the structure of the company as of today. Then look at it. Company has equity presently and it has debt presently. Equity is 2 million or debt is 3 million. Debt is 2 million. That one you have 5 million. And the company now need a project that will finance with you need 5 million naira project. Now you now go ahead and borrow the whole 5 million naira invariably. What be your debt? 7. What be your equity? 3. Everything 10 galley, 10 galley. But what happened to share level now? As what? As increase. That means there's issue. I mean, in other way, that means this company has moved from one level of journey to what? To another level of journey. Even or let's assume that the whole 5 million naira he decided to borrow the whole. They had to raise equity for the whole everything. One is a loan 8 million naira. You are yet to get 10 million naira. What happened now? The level of journey as well has dropped more. I mean now, yes, here it was that was like 40% people. Now it has dropped more.
20%.
Are you getting now? So that means so you can. So if you have done that, how will these changes? How will it affect your work? And what would that be the appropriate cost parameter that you need to appraise your project? Hello? Hello?
So I didn't get something.
Okay, I'm with you.
The first example you made, you said if they borrow the 5 million naira, the level of gearing has increased.
Of course.
Then now, the second example, if they
If you raise equity,
the level of gearing has.
of course. Okay, look at this now. What's your gearing in this question? This one. What's your gearing ratio? I don't know formula for gearing. Debt over equity. Debt over 2. You can use it over equity of 2 over total. If you are using debt over total with 2 over 5, that's 100%. You might get 40%. Abi? If you are low, 2 over 80.
20%.
Which is very or drop. Or like that previous one, it will go up. Now, for example, if a project is financed entirely by new debt capital, a debt level will what? Will increase. Maybe you share go. Thank you very much. Now, a change in gearing level will alter what? Your cost of equity. As your level of gearing is increasing, as the level of gearing is increasing, what happens to your cost of equity? It will increase. Let me now put it another way now. As your level of gearing is decreasing, what happens to your cost of equity?
It's decreasing.
It's decreasing. Do you know what I said?
Yes.
I said, as your level of gearing is increasing, what happens to the cost of equity? It's decreasing, abi? Then, as your level of gearing is decreasing, what happens to the cost of equity? It's decreasing. As your level of gearing is increasing, what happens to your work? The work is coming down, abi? But when your level of gearing is decreasing, what happens to the work? The work will be going up. Now, my God, there might be a change in cost of debt. Yes. As your level of gearing is increasing, definitely there might be a change to your cost of debt. But in most cases, that change is insignificant. So we normally assume, assume that the cost of debt remains the same. But mostly it will what? It will change. Number one, there might be a change in cost of debt where the gearing level rise to such a high level that financial distress concern makes debt capital more expensive. However, at a lower level of gearing, it is always assumed that the cost of debt is what? Is unaffected by what? By the change in so I'm gonna assume that when your level of gearing is increasing, your cost of debt will remain the same. But at a very extreme change in gearing, what happens to the cost of debt? It will go up. Am I talking, please?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to explain all these points now because when we're now entering figure, when I now bring out figures. So, number 3, there will be a reduction in what? In our work. That's what M&M is saying. That when your gearing level is increasing, then our work will come down. That's what M&M is saying. If the project is evaluated using work, if you are to appraise the project and you want to use work, to estimate your NPV, the new work should be used for what? For what? I've said several times. The only condition that will make you to use the old work is for all those 3 factors I've mentioned several times in this class. And I believe that nobody should read this class. Am I communicating?
Yes,
okay. This means that when a new capital project will result in change in gearing, it is necessary. It's what?
Necessary.
To what? To calculate new work. For what? Before going to what? To NPV calculation. You must get your new work. I say it again. The only condition that will make you to use the old work is when the project size is very small compared to the size of the company. When the project has the same risk, with the risk of the company presently, and when the financing risk of the project will not alter the GRE level of the company. That's when you will use what? If any of those three change, what do? Look for what? New one. But the question is now, how will you look for the new one? Àwọn ọlọ́jà ni àwọn ọlọ́jà àbí ẹ̀dá mi ló ọlọ́jà àwọn náà ni àbí it's like when they say those days they will say if 2x square is equal to 5 find x, and when they say the thing that gets on the project is àbí that mean 2x is equal to 5 I want to find x oga na there dey born na wetin I dey find again. So what am I saying? You must look for the what? For the new one. How do you do that? We are going to look at it step by step. Okay, let's take a step further. Now, the method that you need to get your work, to get your new work now. Please, this today is very easy. If you master this procedure, to get your new work is very easy. Look at it. To get your new work. Now, the first step that you need to, what you need to do is that before the project, before the what? You want to mark the project, abi? You feel wow, before the project, you must try to get your current level of GRE, which I call original level of GRE. That's the first step you have to do. The step one and the step approach. Step one, then estimate the current level of GRE. Estimate what?
The current level of GRE.
Now, okay, let me go deeper. This step, investment I want to mention it, is applicable when the business risk of that project, what do you know? It does not different from the current business risk of the business. Now, what I'm saying now, the project I want to embark on does not change your business risk. Does not change your what? But it has changed your structure. It has changed your financing structure. It has changed your hand. But for shaking to affect the business risk alone. I always give my normal popular example. You are doing hotel business before. Abi, then you now want to deviate or you want to diversify. Now go to transportation business. Now go to what? Transportation. Now, transportation business, hotel business, are they of the same risk?
No.
In that case, this method I want to explain cannot go. Check for value, kò lè ṣe kíni, kò lè lọ. But if you are into hotel business, o wa fẹ́ fi bar join or night club to join, are they not the same? You are still in the same industry. So in that case, this pattern, this steps I want to explain now goes. Am I communicating now? So please, when you are the question now, although your financial gain will change, your social will change, but if your business risk remain the same after the project, you go with these steps. What's step one? Estimate your what? The current level of GRE. That is, as a presently before the project, what's our equity in market value? In what? Not book value in what? In market value. What's our debt in market value? What's our cost of equity presently? What's our cost of debt presently? What's our WACC presently? You must get all this information as at that date. Am I complicating now? Yes, so what am I saying now? That is, you have to estimate your equity value like this, your debt. Don't forget any kind of debt. Any kind of it could be redeemable, irredeemable, compatible, or preferential, you bring them out in total value. That you have to your total value. Then after you have done this, then you have to estimate all your costs. And this one is J, abi? Yeah. What are you having? Cost of what? Of a J company, abi? It's already J. Then you have your cost of debt, abi? You have to consider your what? Your WACC, abi? WACC of a what? Because this one is already J. So you must estimate your originality. That's the first thing you have to do when you want to get your new WACC. Get your what? You estimate your current level of GRE and get out all your information. Are we together, please? Are we together, please? I like that. Are we together? This method is applicable when when the business risk remain the same after the project. But if no change, this pattern cannot go. Am I talking to the class, please? Okay. Now, step one, let me read it again and go to step two. Step one, start with the company at its what? Original level of GRA. You will be given the value of the company. The value of its equity and what? Value of its debts. I mean, the cost of equity and what? Cost of debt. You also get the what? So that's the amount of equity. So of the real good. But there's more value. What do you get? You get your one. I mean, chicken out. How you get that? It's right. How you doing? Okay.
That's market value.
All these ones? Yes. I'm going to here. Market value. Market value. Market value. You don't use good value. What do you use?
Market value.
It's only in extreme cases, scenario, why you can use what? Good value. What you use is market value. Now, what's my in step two? Let me go. In step two now. Now, step two. If you understand this principle very well, there is no question on GRA that you don't need to solve. You shall master, you understand the procedure. Once you have got to this level, that's you have got all the information now. You will now, all this structure that you have here, you will now ungear them. So already these ones are what? They are geared, have you? They are geared. Then you now remove the gearing factor from them. So it now become what? Ungeared. That means here, this value of what? Of the GRA, you will convert to what? Value of ungeared. This equity is what? Is geared. You convert to what? Call of equity of what? Ungeared. This one is what? Is geared. Convert to what? Ungeared. So that means step one now. Let me read it again. Using this value to calculate the value of comparable ungeared company. Use whatever you have here now. Use it to determine the comparable value of ungeared company. That was what it when a company are similar in terms of business risk, in terms of their profitability, in terms of their size, or except for their GRA level, that may be operating on the same work, on the same level of this risk. The value will be the same, the risk will be the same. So here now, so we try to ungear them now. So say number two, ungear the original level of the company. That is, get your value of ungear, abi?
Yes.
Get your cost of equity of ungear, abi? Get your what? Your work of ungeared. How do you achieve this? You use your M&M formulas. Monica, no. For you to get this one, the value of a GR, abi, you know what? Value of ungear plus debt tax, abi. To get this one, cost of equity of a GR, you know what? Cost of equity of ungear, you bracket, plus you bracket cost of equity of ungear minus cost of debt, you bracket debt over equity, one minus the tax, abi. To get this, work of a GR, abi, you know what? Work of ungear, you bracket one minus debt tax over debt plus equity, abi. So you use this formula, thus since you have all this one, all the G's, who are be already, abi, you start them, you look for this one, abi, you know this one already at this level, then work it out, you get the cost of good of ungear. That will be this. For the value, you know the value of ungear already, you are looking for this, you know the debt already, put the tax, you get the value of ungear. For the work, same thing. So by the time you have done this, you will get all this information of ungear, of ungear, of ungear. Once you have done that, then you are good to go. You are good to go. Then you move to step 3. Go to where?
Step 3.
Now, you are moving out from one level, abi, to new level. You will now use this information that you have here in step 2 to calculate whatever you are looking for in the new level of GRA. You what?
New level.
New level of GRA. you now do this one now. You calculate when the new level of GRE. That is, you now calculate. So that means step 3. I think I should manage this side. Step 3. Did my camera show?
Yes.
Step 3. So whatever you have, you now say regia. You know where? Regia. The value of ungeared at the new level of GRE. So that means you now calculate new value of ungeared. I mean, value of ungeared of a new one. Cost of equity of ungeared and what? And WACC of ungeared. This is what we are looking for. This is what you now need to do to appraise the project. Are you happy now? So, how many steps do you follow now? Take step away. Step 1. Estimate the current level of GRE. Abi, get all this information right. What do you do? You ungear it in step 2. That is, you convert it, remove all the financial factor. From there, what do you do now again? Now, the GR in step 3. By calculating the value of the GR again, at the level of GRE, cost of equity again, level of GRE, and your WACC level of GRE. If you have done this is the WACC that we need to appraise the project. Am I communicating to this class? No, sir. Welcome. Example. Let's practicalize it now. Changing from one level of GRE to another. Now let me now tell you something. When you are changing from one level of GRE to another, the money that you are raising, we have saw two examples now. When we raise money to buy equity, abi now, I have saw another question. When you raise equity to pay debt, abi, but there's in the practical sense, you will be raise money not to buy equity or to pay debt, but what? To finance the project. Am I talking now? So this is another area that you have to be really careful. Okay, example. A company has to start value, page 425. A company has a total current value of how much? 100 million, consisting of 80 million of equity and what? 20 million of debt. Okay, presently, this company is what? Is GRE. That is our original level of GRE. Man, go to that. Let's do that fast.
Done.
Example, changing from one level of GRE to another level of GRE. So, now, first thing is that we estimate our original level of GRE, right, Abby? Original level of GRE, the original level of GRE. Presently, this company is already GRE.
Yeah.
It has equity
80 million.
of 80 million. And it has debts
20 million.
of 20 million. You know that much?
100.
I want to guarantee that.
Yes.
This is the value of a GR company, Abi.
Yes.
Total value, a market value. This company has 100 million value. As of today, the cost of equity of is how much? 10%. So only he has a cost of equity of what?
10%.
Of a GR company, Abi.
Yeah.
Is it GR or GR?
Yeah.
It's GR now. How many percent?
10%.
10%. And he has pre-tax cost of debts the cost of debt. How many percent? 3%. And the rate of tax of the company is 25%. Once okay, the company proposed to borrow an additional of 20 million of cost of capital and use this money to buy back and what and cancel 20 million of its equity. He raised debts, to buy back equity. That means he's trying to change his level of gearing. Already geared. To buy yá owó, what happened to the debt? It will increase, what will happen to the equity? Since he's money to buy back equity, what happened to the equity? It will come down. And I said, what do you require? What will be the total value of the company? The value of equity and what? Value of debt, capital. So now to do that, before I go further, let me follow my normal procedure. Once this one has not complete, remain what? Remain WAC. Right up now, we can get our current WAC by using our normal formula as total formula. So our current WAC now, our current WAC, that will be equity, papi, alpha, E20, our debts, 20, everything yellow, 100, our cost of goods presently, 10%. Our postal cost of debts, don't forget I said, you always use what? Postal, postal, everybody? 4.5%. 4.5%. How do you get that? That be 6%. What are tax rate? 0.25, yeah, and that will multiply 0.8, 0.94.
That one is 0.8.
0.8,
not 0.8.
8 are okay.
0.9.
0.9.
Yes.
That will be 9.
0.9, yes.
Okay, that will be what? 8.9. So that means our WAC of a GM company presently is what?
8.9.
8.9. Don't divide the actual total what? The value. So we have gotten all the information now, So as of today, the company has the value of 100 million, equity 10%, debt 6%, WAC 8.9%. This company is trying to change its level of gearing, and I said the next thing that should come to your mind is that what will be the value of ungeared company? That is for both the value rather for the cost of equity, for the what, for the WAC. We normally assume that the cost of them will remain the same. Am I talking? Yeah. Okay, let's go further now. Let's go to step 2 now. Let's now ungear all this value. Let's ungear all this value. Let's ungear all this value. Let's ungear all this value. So that's step 2 now. Step 2, ungear the original level of gearing. Original level of gearing. I think the first thing is that let's start from value. Let's start from the value. Yes. We said the value of a gear company, not what? Value of ungear, am I talking please? Plus debt to back from 1 minus the from debt tax, right? So with that, our value of a gear, you look at it, 100 that will be 100 plus the value of ungear, I think plus, is equal to the value of ungear, we don't know one yet. The value of debt present is what? 20. Our tax is 100%, 25%. So with that, the 100 is equal to value of ungear plus 5. This one will happen to this side. That's the one value of ungear. Ungear is equal to what? 100 minus 5. So the value of ungear is equal to what? The million, That's the first. We are done with that, Let's go for the equity now, So number 2, for the equity now, the cost of equity of a jet, is equal to what? Cost of equity of ungear plus cost of equity of ungear minus cost of jet to bracket debt over equity to bracket 1 minus the tax. Are we? So with that, let's insert our variables. Cost of equity we know it already. How many percent? 10%. That will be 10% is equal to cost of equity of Nigeria. Am I talking? Plus into brackets cost of equity of Nigeria minus after cost of debt 6%. Are we together, please? Yes. Please don't post-tax any cost that you are using here. Don't do what? Don't post-tax. So go to what? 6, right? Into bracket debt presently 20. Equity presently 80. Into bracket 1 minus the tax 0.25. So with that, I think mathematically let's solve this one, this box first. This one of this times 20 by 80. There will be 10 into bracket cost of equity of Nigeria plus 0.187. 0.187 times this whole idea 0.187. Okay, 75. Cost of equity of Nigeria minus times 6. 1.125. 1.125. Hope you get the analysis now. This one first, Abi. Whenever you are, you used to open this bracket, Abi. Times this, this is what we have. So now what do we do now? Collect the right terms together. That will be 10. You know, come to this side plus 1.125 is equal to cost of it. That will be 1. That's this one here. That will be 1.1875 cost of equity of Nigeria. Abi, so that is why I know that's how we do this one. Quite for you. Because let's go to come here. 11.125. Final answer? No. Okay, that will be 11.125 is equal to what? 1.1875 cost of equity of Nigeria. By both sides, Abi, 1.1875, 1.1875. So therefore, cost of equity of Nigeria is equal to what? 9.36. 7, 7%. So we are done with that cost of equity now. So we have gotten our value of Nigeria. We have gotten our cost of equity of Nigeria. What next? The work of Nigeria. We have to Nigeria the work also. Don't forget the principle. Don't if you have the principle, don't give yourself a headache. Once you have got to this level, normally number three, cost of equity of Nigeria is not what? Work of what? Nigeria. Abi, so if this one is 9.3, what will be the work? 9.3. That is right now. Therefore, your work of Nigeria is only what? 9.37%. Am I complicated? Or if you want to do it normally, or the work of Nigeria, Abi, is going to what? Work of Nigeria to bracket 1 minus debt tax over debt plus equity, Abi. So therefore we have what I want Nigeria last time 8.9, Abi. That would be 8.9 is equal to what? Work of Nigeria to bracket 1. How much our debt presently? 20. That will be 20 times 25% tax rate, Abi, over equity plus debt. 100, Abi. Oh yeah, work it out. That will be 8.9 divided by all these ones. Is equal to work of Nigeria. 24. That is 20 times divided by 121. Finance, Abi. 9.3, 8 or 7. 7. This alone. 20 times 25%. 0.9. So that gives us it's not the same result. Either you go through that route. If I'm in exam, I don't.